Well, Teddy, oh gosh. Hey, you know when we were sewing that button on this morning? Yeah, it reminded me of a story. A long time ago, in a land far away, there was an emperor who thought he was the most stylish person that had ever lived. He spent an absolute fortune on clothes, shoes, trousers, jackets, hats, handkerchiefs, everything you could think of. Money was no object. He wanted to be the smartest person around. Well, two naughty men got to hear about this, and they thought if they pretended to be merchants, like salesmen, your merchants or salesmen, they might be able to make an awful lot of money without doing any work at all, which is a good idea, isn't it? We'd all like to do that. They were going to pretend to sell the emperor some material to make clothes, and it didn't even exist. Well, one day they turned up at the palace and they said to the guards, "In this big box here, we've got some magic material that we want to show to the emperor. It's the most expensive, beautiful material, and we know what a stylish man he is. Perhaps he'd like to have a look at it and buy some, or even have some clothes made." So the guards let them in. When the emperor heard about the material, he couldn't wait to see what was in the box. But the merchants had a warning for him. They said, "The thing is, this material is magic. Yeah? And if you're a very intelligent, clever, wise person, you'll be able to see it. But if you're a fool, you won't see it at all." Well, the emperor didn't want to appear to be a fool, so he hoped that he would see the material. Oh, he was full of anticipation. That means he couldn't wait to see what was in the box. And when they opened it, he couldn't see anything. But he thought, "I'm not going to say I can't see anything, or they'll think I'm a fool." The merchant took the material out. "Look at the way it drapes," he said. "Look at the way it follows the contours of a body. Look at the way it flows in the breeze. Look at the delicacy of the stitching, the gold and the flowers." Well, the emperor pretended he could see it. And he said, I like those flowers there. What are they?" And the merchant said, "Oh, these are peonies. And these little ones here, they're forget-me-nots. And look around the rim. See all the little fishes swimming around the rim, gold and silver?" "Yes," said the emperor, "absolutely. Oh, it's wonderful, it's wonderful." So he called his courtiers in and his guards for them to have a look at the material. And he told them that if you are wise, you'll be able to see it. So he didn't really expect them to be able to see it. But they all said they could see it. "Oh, yes," they said. "Oh, this would be lovely. Oh, yes. Oh, I wish we could have something made from this material. It's some of the most beautiful material we've ever seen." So the emperor asked if he could have some clothes made from it. And the two merchants said, "Yes, we can do that for you. If we can stay in the castle and you pay us and give us food, we'll make you a suit." "How much will it be?" said the emperor. "Well, say 900 guineas. Call it 1,000 guineas, said the merchant. "Okay," said the emperor. "I'm sure it's worth it. I'd like a jacket, and I'd like a blouse with puffy sleeves, and I'd like sort of bloomer-like trousers with frills round the bottom, stockings to go with it, of course, and the cuffs, I would like them to have 5 buttons, well, 6, 7, well, as many buttons as you could fit, and I'd like a big ruff on the front like this, and a handkerchief to match, and perhaps even a hat." So the merchants went up into the room where they were staying with their box and their sewing machine, and for days the emperor could hear the sewing machine, chick-chick-ching, 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 and he thought, "Wow, my clothes are being made." Well, when they were finished, they brought them down for the emperor to try on. Of course, the emperor couldn't see them, but he pretended. He put his arms through the sleeves and put the trousers on and the stockings and the hat. And he looked at himself in the mirror and he said, yes, this is so fine. I'll wear it on my birthday procession, which is next week." Well, the two merchants took their money and off they went. On the day of the birthday, All the townspeople had been told that the emperor was going to wear his new clothes. Yeah. And they'd all been told that if you were wise, you could see them, and if you were a fool, you couldn't. So all the people wanted to see the clothes. So when the procession came out of the palace, the emperor was on his horse leading the procession, and everyone was there cheering. Oh, you look fantastic. Oh, what a marvellous emperor. Oh, beautiful. Look at the stitching on that. Oh, my goodness. Oh, we're so envious. It's wonderful. You look absolutely stunning. But there was one little boy who hadn't heard that you had to see the clothes if you were wise. And he said to his mum in a really loud voice, "But mummy, mummy, the emperor, it looks like the emperor is naked. He's not got any clothes on. I can see his bum and I can see his mum." His mum said, "Shh," but it was too late. All the crowd had heard the little boy, and the courtiers and the guards all started to laugh and look and say, "Do you know, that boy is right. The emperor has no clothes on." Well, the emperor looked down and realised he'd been fooled. He was very embarrassed. He went very red. And they soon went quickly back to the palace. Well, when he got back to the palace, he told the guards, "Go and search for those merchants." They searched all through the palace grounds, all through the kingdom, but they couldn't find them because those merchants with their 1,000 guineas had gone far away by now. Well, the emperor sent for the little boy, and he said to the little boy, "You are the wisest, most honest person in my kingdom, and when you grow up, I'm going to make you my chief minister, and you can live in the palace with me and have everything that you want because you're the most honest person in my kingdom." And that was the end of the story. Let's go and sew some more buttons.